Good morning everyone, welcome back to your maths class. And as you remember, in our last class we started our chapter Arithmetic Progression, where we have seen what is an arithmetic progression, what is the value of the general term. That as we have seen the value of the general term, it was a plus n minus 1 into d. This we have seen. Also we have simplified some of the questions. If I remind you once again, said that this T stands for the term. Which term? Nth term. So this is the value. Nth term, that means 15th term, 10th term, 17th term. So this is the value of the term, specific term, equals A. A is our first term. Like here if I have written 1 AP, so A is for first term of AP plus n minus 1, which n is the number of term. Which term we are talking about? Like if we are talking about the 10th term, so n will be 10. And then D. D is our common difference. As we know that in AP we have a common difference between the terms, like 8 minus 3, second term minus first term, or third term minus the second term. That's how we get our common difference. So this is all about the general term and the quick revision of the chapter. Now here I'm going to take some more questions from the exercise. So here I have written one question. Now, which term of the AP, this AP they have given 3, 8, 13, 18, 23 and so on, is 98. Now if I explain what they are asking, like if I ask you which term is the third term, 1, 2, 3, third term, the value will be 13. If I ask you which term is 23, here we are having 23, 23 is which term? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 23 is fifth term. That's how they are asking that this AP is increasing. So when 98 will come eventually, then 98 is the which term? Like it is 17th term or 27th term. That we have to find out. That means simply they are asking you to calculate the number of term. That is, we simply have to calculate the value of small n. Okay, to calculate we have the formula for general term, that is Tn equals a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula. Now the term which we are talking about is 98. They are asking you to calculate about this term. So the value of term is 98 equals A. A is our first term. What is our first term in the given AP? Is 3 plus n minus 1. That we don't know which term. That's what they are asking. So we don't know that which term is 98. So we will write n as it is. And D is common difference. 8 minus 3, 5. 13 minus 8, 5. Every time it will come same. So the value of D here is 5. Now I think we can simplify. If you see 98, this 3 is with plus, so it can come here with minus sign. There we have n minus 1 into 5. This will give you 95 equals n minus 1 into 5. We have to calculate this n. So this 5 which is in multiplication will come here in divide. So it is 95 over 5 equals n minus 1. Now if you simplify, that is 19. Now that means 19 equals n minus 1. Minus 1 will come here, it will become plus. So 19 plus 1 will be 20. So the value of n is coming 20. That means in this AP, in this increasing AP, 98 is the 20th term, or it will come at the 20th place. So that's how we simplified this question. Let us see some more questions. Is our next question. It is saying the 4th and the 10th term of an AP. The 4th term, like T is for the term, 4th term, that means T4, isn't it? So they are giving the information that the 4th term, that means T4. This is the notation for 4th term. It is given as 13. The value of 4th term they have given as 13. Also the 10th term, that means T10. The value of the 10th term is given as 25. Okay. 4th term is 13. 10th term is 25. Find its first term, common difference and 17th term. They are asking you to find out the first term. First term, I guess you know, first term is A. They are asking you to calculate the common difference, that is D, and also they are asking you to calculate the 17th term, that is T17. Okay, so now let's see how to proceed. Okay, now the general formula for the general term is A plus n minus 1 into D. Which term the information is given about? That is the fourth term. That means the value of small n, if we compare, is coming 4. So that means T4, if we apply this formula, it should be A plus n minus 1. A, let's say the first term is A plus n minus 1. Here what is the value of small n? 4. So 4 minus 1, that is 3 into D, and that is given equals to 13. I hope it is clear. Now next is 10th term. So again, if we apply the general formula, A plus n minus 1. What is n here? 10. 10 minus 1, 9 into D equals to 25. This is equation 1. This is equation 2. And in our first lecture we have seen, like if we talk about the fourth term, that would be A plus n minus 1 into D. If it is 4, it will come 3. If it is 10, it will come 9. Is it clear? Now we are supposed to calculate the value of A and D, as it is our first term and the common difference. That means now if you see, to calculate A and D, we have to calculate two things, and we have two equations to calculate. So we will simply simplify this two equations. So let's write, it is A plus 3D equals 13. What is our second equation? That is A plus 9 into D equals 25. Now simplify these two equations. So to simplify, in order to simplify, I am subtracting these two equations. So here it will be minus, minus and minus. I hope this you have learned in your class 9th, how to solve equations. You have three methods, I hope you remember. So now here, this is elimination method, by the way. So this will get cancelled. Now here what is this? It is plus 3D and minus 9D. So eventually it will be minus 6D. Now plus 13 and minus 25. So it will be, I guess, minus 12. Okay. Now minus and minus will get cancelled. 6 and 6 will go there in division. So the value of D will come 2. That means the common difference is coming 2. Now as we have calculated the value of D, we can put the value of D in either in first equation or second equation to get the value of A. Okay. So D we have calculated, it is coming 2. I am going to put the value of D in first equation. So A plus 3 into D. D is what? 2 equals 13. So A plus 6 equals 13, or A equals 6. It will go to that side and it will be 13 minus 6. So A will be equals to 7. So our first term, A is our first term, it is coming 7. D is common difference, it is coming 2. So now we have calculated the value of A and D. A is coming 7. Okay. So next part of the question is to calculate the 17th term. That is A plus the general formula. If I write first, to calculate the value, it is A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay. Now we have to calculate the 17th term. That is T17 equals A. A is what? 7 plus n minus 1. Which term we are talking about? 17th term. That means what is n? 17. So 17 minus 1 will be 16 simply, into D. Into D is what? 2. 7 plus that will be 32, and it is 39. So the 17th term is coming 39. That's how we calculate, and that's how we have utilized the given information, that the 4th term and 10th term, then we have used the general formula, and then we have simplified it for A and D, and as soon as we know the value of AD, we can apply the formula. Here is our next question. Now this question is a little different. Now in this question, if you see, this is an AP given. If you see, common difference is every time same. How to check a given sequence that whether it is AP, that you need to check the common difference every time. If the common difference is same, that means the given sequence is arithmetic progression or arithmetic sequence. Now you see 10 minus 7 is 3, 13 minus 10 is again 3. That means every time the difference is common, and that's how it is an AP given. If I ask you what is the first term, that is 7. What is common difference? Just now we have seen it is 3. What is the last term of the AP? It is 184. Now can you see that this is actually our finite sequence given, where first term is known and the last term is also known. Okay. Now the question they are asking is, find the 8th term from the end. They are asking you to calculate the 8th term from the end of this given AP. Now let me write one AP first so that you understand. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and 14. How many terms? 3, 6 and 7. Okay. Now if I ask you which is the third term. So 1, 2, 3. Third term would be 6. Now the question, if I ask you, I have changed the question a little bit. Now which is the third term from the end? So from the end the third term is this 10. So from the end the third term is 10. Which is the fourth term? That is 8. Now which is the fifth term from the end? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth term would be this. So this is the meaning of from the end. Okay. So in this question also you don't know how many terms are going to be there. We don't know. So they are asking from the end you have to calculate the 8th term. And say which one is the 8th term, the value of that term. So to calculate this, there is a formula, again a very simple formula, but you see the first term we denote by small a, the common difference we denote by small d, and the last term, if the AP is given, if the given AP is finite, of course we will know the last term, and last term is denoted by small n. Now to calculate the term or nth term, why I am writing nth? Because n means it could be anything, 17th term, 8th term, 10th term. Nth term from the end would be, the formula is L minus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula to calculate the nth term from the end, where L is your last term, n is that number of term which term we want, and d is our common difference. I think this formula is clear. Now let's simplify the question. They are asking you to calculate which term? The 8th term from the end. Okay. So of course which formula will apply? Let's say it is T8, but this time the formula will be L minus n minus 1 into d. Is it clear? Now 8th term, we have to calculate the value of that term. We have to calculate that which one is going to be the 8th term from the end. Now last term is given as 184 minus n minus 1. Which term we are talking about? 8. So it will be 8 minus 1. We could have directly written it as 7 into d. What is our d? 10 minus 7 would be our 3. So it is 184 minus, this would be 7. 7 into 3 will be 21. So this will be 361. So last term from the, or the last term or 8th term from the last or from the end would be 163. So this is a different type of question. You see, whenever you are asked to calculate a term from the end, you will use this formula. If I write, this would be the general formula. Tn equals L minus n minus 1 into d, where Tn is the term which they are asking, L is the last term of the series or the sequence, n the term, number of term, and d is the common difference. Okay, here I have taken another question, and it is again a different type of question. Here they have given 3 terms. If you see, 5x plus 2, 4x minus 1 and x plus 2. 3 terms they have given, and they are giving you the information that these 3 terms are in AP. This information they have given. Now they are asking you to calculate the value of x. Okay. Now before that, if I tell you how to solve, let us take one series like 3, 6, and then I take 7, and then I take 10. Not 10, but let's say 12. Okay, and now let's take one more series, 6, 9 and 12. if I ask you, these two are a given sequence. If I ask you to find out which one is arithmetic progression, to check which one is arithmetic progression, with one thing we have learned, that every time the difference should be same or difference should be common. That means second minus first term, or third minus second term, or fourth minus third term. It should be common. That's what the idea we have for AP. Common difference is always common. So here if I see the difference 3 and 6, the difference is 3. Now 6 and 7, the difference is 1. 7 and 12, the difference is 5. Here if I see 3 and 6, the difference is 3. 6 and 9, the difference is 3. The 9 and 12, the difference is 3. So between these two, which one is AP? The second one, because every time the difference is same. Now if I put it into the other words, if the given terms are in AP, every time the difference of the term would be same. Okay, that means a common difference is going to be same, common. Or how we calculate common difference? Second term minus first term, or third term minus second term. So now the terms, if I write, the first term would be 5x plus 2, second term would be 4x minus 1, and third term would be x plus 2. Now if they are in AP, which is given, that means the common difference. Common difference, it is first term, second term, third term. How to calculate common difference? T2 minus T1, that is T2 minus T1. This is the common difference. Also we can calculate common difference by T3 minus T2. And these two are telling you about the common difference, and common difference should be same. That means this value and this value should be equal, isn't it? Because these two are telling you about the common difference, and common difference is going to be same. Now you just need to put the values. T2 is what? 4x minus 1. This is the value of T2 minus T1. What is our T1? That is 5x plus 2. Okay, equals T3. What is our T3? That is x plus 2 minus what is our T2? That is 4x minus 1. Is it clear? Now you can simplify easily. It is simply a linear equation. Now you see it will be 4x minus 1. We open the bracket with minus sign. It would be minus 5x minus 2. And then here it is x plus 2. We open the bracket with minus sign, minus 4x and plus 1. Is it clear? Now let us solve. Although you all can simplify it easily, but let me solve. Now 4x plus and 5x minus will be minus x, minus 1 minus 2 will be minus 3. Right hand side we have x minus 4x will be minus 3x, and plus 2 plus 1 will be plus 3. Is it clear? Now minus x I am bringing this x I am bringing it to this side, and numbers I am taking it to the other side. Minus 3x, it will be plus 3x. Minus 3 will go to that side, it will be plus 3. So 3 plus 3. Plus minus again minus, it will be 2x, it will be 6. So x eventually is coming 3. Now as you have calculated the value of x, now they are asking you to find out or to write the AP. Which are the three terms given? The values of three terms. First term was 5x plus 2. Our second term was 4x minus 1. And the third term is given as x plus 2. Now since we have calculated the value of x, we can put and find out the AP. Now if I directly put x, now since you can solve, 3, it will be 5 into 3, that is 15 plus 2, 17. Okay. Now 3, that is 4 into 3, 12. 12 minus 1 will be 11. Now that is x plus 2, that is 3 plus 2 would be 5. So this is your AP. One thing. Second thing, if this is AP, now let's check whether the common difference is same or not. How to find out common difference? T2 minus T1 or T3 minus T1. So 11 minus 17. Because T2 minus T1, 11 minus 17 will be 11 minus 17 will be minus 6, not 6 but minus 6. Now how about this? 5 minus 11, it is again minus 6. That means the common difference is coming same. That means our solution is correct and the given terms are in AP. Okay, so here let's take our another different type of question here. So in this question, if you see which term of the AP, this AP is given, is the first negative term. First negative term. Why is this question? If I write the question, complete question is the first negative term. Now the complete question is which term of the AP, this given AP, is the first negative term. Now let us first understand what is the question they are asking. See, if you see this given AP, if I write it properly, 45, next is 42, next is 39, next is 36, and you see, when as this terms are increasing, you see the value of term is decreasing, like 45, then we have 42, then we have less than that 39, then it is 36. That means eventually the value of the term is decreasing. So after a certain interval of time, the value will start coming less than 0. Less than 0 means that the value will be negative. So they are asking, like if I ask you, what is the common difference? 42 minus 45 minus 3. 39, 42 minus 3. 36 minus 39. That is, every time the common difference is minus 3. That means each term is 3 less than its preceding term. So if I ask after 36 which term you will get, it is I think clear that you will get 33, then you will get 30, then you will get 29. That means the value of the term is decreasing. So eventually after some time you will get a negative term. So they are asking which term will be the first negative term. After that you will get many negative terms, but which one is going to be the first negative term. So how to calculate which term? Whenever they ask which term, that means we are supposed to calculate the value of n. To calculate the value of n, that is which term is going to be the first negative term, we know the general formula for the term is Tn. This is the term we are talking about. This is the value of term, but then this term should be negative. Okay, this we are talking about. So we will of course calculate the term by using this formula. But one idea that Tn should be less than 0, as it should be the condition given as it should be the first negative term. So negative means the value should be less than 0. So that's how we have taken Tn should be less than 0. Now what is Tn? It is a plus n minus 1 into d, and this should be less than 0. This idea we have taken from our question, and that's how this condition or this idea we will take whenever it is asked to calculate the first negative term. Okay. Now if I simplify further, you see it is a plus n minus 1. A, if you see in our series, it was 45 plus n minus 1. N, which term? That's what we have to calculate, the value of n, into d. It was I guess minus 3. If I write the series once again, the series was 45, then 42, then 39, then 36. D is common difference. That is second term minus first term. So 42 minus 45 will be minus 3, or 39 third term minus second term, 39 minus 42 will be minus 3. So that's how the value of D is coming, minus 3. So it is minus 3. So I am writing it in bracket and should be less than 0, because we are about to calculate the negative term. Now if you see 45, if I multiply this plus minus minus, 3 times n minus 1 less than 0. This linear inequalities you have learned. This is the condition of linear inequality, and you have learned this in your class 8th I guess. Okay. Now 45 as it is, let us open the bracket. So it will be minus 3n minus plus 3 into 1 will be, sorry, minus minus plus, and then 3 into 1 will be 3 less than 0. Here we have 45 plus 3 would be 48 minus 3n less than 0. Okay. Now instead of taking this minus 48 to that side, I am taking this 3n which is with in minus sign, I am taking it to that side. So it is 48 less than minus 3n will go to that side, it will become plus 3n. Is it clear? Now we have to calculate the value of n. So we have to take this 3 to other side. When this 3 we are taking, so it will be 48 upon 3 less than n. And you know that whenever we divide an equation with a plus number, the sign of inequality will not change. Okay. So this will give you what? 16. So that means 16 this, or if I write it like that, n is greater than 16. Okay, that means n should be greater than 16. N is what? The number of terms. So when will you get the first term? You will get the first term when the number of term will be greater. Let us interpret the answer. Now n is coming, n greater than 16. N is what? It is telling you the number of term. What we are calculating? We are calculating that which term will be our first negative term. In order to get our first negative term, n should be greater than 16. Yani first term, second term, third term, then there will be a 16th term. After that there will be a 17th term. To get the negative term, the number of terms should be greater than 16. So greater than 16, which term it will be? 17. That means when you calculate the 17th term, the value of that term will come negative, and that's how it will be our first negative term. I hope you understand what is the interpretation of this term, because the value of n is there. We are getting the condition that the value of term or number of terms should be greater than 16. So after 16, which term will come? 17th term. So your 17th term will be your first negative term. So here it is the end of our first exercise, that is the 10th A, and in our next class we will start our next exercise, that is 10th B, and in that exercise we will talk about the sum of the term, how to calculate the sum of the given term in an AP. And before that, I am expecting that you all are practicing your questions. Okay, so we will meet in our next class.